Right, I just wanted to make a short discussion video for today, talking about what I believe Valve's planning to do with the weekly drop from now on. Because since the introduction of the Genesis terminal, I believe, well, I have a theory of what I think is going to happen from now on. So they introduced the Genesis terminal. I don't know if you've seen any feedback about this, but this might be the most hated case in quotation marks in the history of Counter Strike, simply because it's not a case. Basically, I'm not even going to buy one. You open it and you get like a screen, and he offers you weapons. But for any of the reds, it's in factory new. It can be up to thousands. So what I believe Valve are trying to do with this is basically replace the weekly drops cases with these Genesis terminals. Well, it would just be a different sealed terminal. Genesis named the collection simply because if we look right at the introduction of the kilowatt case, that was over a year and a half ago that we got this case added. This was the last case added to the kilowatt case. It's a pretty no the weekly drop. What am I saying? It's a pretty good case. It added a new knife. The cookery knife didn't exist prior to this case, and it added skins for all of the new weapon models. Well, obviously not every gun's in here, but the main ones: your USPs, your Glocks, your M4s, and your AK and your ROC. And also introduced the first ever Zeus skin to the game. The next update we'd receive for the weekly drop would be the Spring Forward update, which introduced the Boreal, Radiant, and the Ascent collections. These are just new collections for the for like the weapons that drop. I mean, your odds of hitting any of these pinks are unbelievably low. And then the only other change we've received to the drop is this terminal. But we've had two cases introduced after the kilowatt case. Where are those cases introduced? The Armory Pass. So this is where my theory stems from. I believe all five cases will be terminals. And the reason I'll do that is because this is a free drop. You don't have to pay for this. You can unseal the terminal for free. And then they'll be like, oh, well, we'll give you the case for free. You can open it for free. You should have to pay whatever price we determine for the skin. And then I believe all new cases will come from here. It will be the Armory collection. We've just seen the gallery case removed. I don't know if you caught my video before, but I talked about why I don't think that matters for the market. But I believe around December, we will see a new case added here. And obviously, we'll most likely see not long after that another terminal added to the weekly drop. I don't see them putting terminals in the Armory because you have to pay for the Armory pass. And then you'd have to pay for a terminal's skins, which you can unseal for free, and then might have to pay thousands for the red. No one will redeem them. Whereas if they're in the weekly drop, people can't have no choice but to redeem them. I mean, like, look at this drop: a charmed attachment pack, a spray, a Zeus, and the terminal. Obviously, I'm going to take the terminal. It's worth the most. But the question is, was this terminal introduced to milk more money, or to get around laws such as in Belgium with their loot box laws? Who knows? If you have any theories of your own, let me know down below in the comments. Personally, this is what I'm going with. That cases will now only be in the Armory Pass, and then weekly drop will all be Genesis terminals come the end of like 2 years. But yeah, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed, drop me a sub as that means a lot, and enjoy the rest of your day.